You stood there with your suitcase, no need for one last word. I knew this was the end, the goodbye still felt unheard. I smiled through my breaking, told you I'd be okay, but inside I was begging for reasons you couldn't stay. You never said forever, but I dreamed it every night. I'm holding on to echoes of a love that lost the fight. You never said forever, but I dreamed it every night. Now I'm holding on to echoes of a love that lost the fight. I loved you through goodbye, even as you walked away. Held your ghost inside my chest like you'd come back someday. You left me with the silence, but I still found a way to try. 'Cause I love you through the sorrow, I loved you through goodbye. Your scent still haunts my sweater, your voice still fills the air. I reach across the pillow, pretend that you are there. You never made me promises, still I gave you all of mine. Now the past is all I carry, in a heart that can't rewind. I loved you through goodbye, while you forgot my name. You moved on to summer skies, I slept beneath the rain. I built my world around you, even when you let it die. Still I loved you through the silence, I loved you through goodbye. Maybe loving means the losing, maybe pain is part of grace, but I'd still choose every moment if it meant I saw your face. I loved you through goodbye, with no promise, no reply. And though you never turned around, I never asked you why. Some hearts break in silence, but still sing when they cry. And mine will keep on singing, I loved you through goodbye. Even now, I love you through goodbye. You walked in like a melody, I sang along too carelessly. But you were never really there, just shadows dressed in golden air. I gave you all I didn't know, you were just a fading echo. I fell for a ghost in the shape of love, held on to dreams we never spoke of. Kissed the wind like it was real, now I'm lost in what I feel. I fell for a ghost, and now I see it wasn't love, just haunting me. Your silence played like lullabies, comfort wrapped in pretty lies. I reached for more, you slipped away like morning mist at break of day. I danced with hope in empty rooms, wrote your name in phantom blooms. I fell for a ghost in the shape of love, held on to dreams we never spoke of. Kissed the wind like it was real, now I'm lost in what I feel. I fell for a ghost, and now I see it wasn't love, just haunting me. You're just a whisper I let go, a love I loved but didn't know. I fell for for a ghost in the shape of love, held on to dreams we never spoke of, kissed the wind like it was real. Now I'm lost in what I feel. I fell for a ghost, and now I see it wasn't love just haunting me. It wasn't love just haunting me. It's just a whisper I let go. A love I loved but didn't know. Your shadow used to follow me through every crack in memory. I whispered prayers in broken tones, but you were gone, I was alone. I begged the stars to bring you back, but silence filled the faded tracks. I learned to breathe without you, through the nights that cut in two. You were the storm, I was the flame, burning through our love in vain. But here I stand, the sky so blue. I learned to breathe without you. Your name still lingers in the breeze, like echoes lost in falling leaves. But I no longer chase your face. I filled the void with softer grace. The tears I cried have built my wings, and I no longer fear the sting. I learned to breathe without you, through the ache I never knew. You held my heart, then let it break, but I survived that slow heartbreak. Now every breath feels pure and true. I learned to breathe without you. Fade without your love, but I rose like stars above. Now I shine without your name. No more sorrow, no more blame. I learned to breathe without you, though it hurt to start anew. I'm stronger now, and this is real, a woman who has learned to heal. So if you ask me what is true, I learned to breathe without you. I'm still breathing without you. I'm still breathing without you. I stood by your door in the pouring rain, hoping love could still explain. The silence felt like thunder's cry. No goodbye, no reasons why. I traced our past on window panes, each drop a ghost that still remains. If I could turn that rain to sun, undo the hurt, the things I've done, hold you close before you fade, rewrite the vows we never made. If I could turn back rain to time, catch your heart before it's mine, the tears can't change the stain. If I could turn back rain, your letters sleep in my drawer, still I read them wanting more. Your name is inked upon my skin, but I can't feel you from within. I walk through dreams we used to share, but find no trace of you there. If I could turn back rain to sun, undo the hurt, the things I've done, hold you close before you fade, rewrite the vows we never made. If I could turn back rain to time, catch your heart before it's mine. But tears can't change the stain. If I could turn back the rain, I'd fight the storms, I'd break the skies to meet you where the sorrow lies. If I could turn back rain to light, you'll always make them right. You never walk alone again. We dance beneath the sky unchained, but dreams don't bloom in pain. If I could turn back rain, if I could turn back rain to sun, back rain. If I could turn back rain to sun, undo the hurt, the things I've done, hold you close before you fade, rewrite the vows we never made. If I could turn back rain to time, catch your heart before it's mine. But tears can't change the stain. If I could turn back rain, if I could just turn back rain. Said the stars would guide our way, but all I see are clouds today. You built a dream and let me fall, then walked away without a call. You promised love that wouldn't fade, but left me in the mess you made. I searched for signs, I begged for truth, but silence is the proof of you. And maybe I was blind to see that always wasn't meant for me. If you meant forever, why did you leave me in the dark? If we were together, why did I fall apart? You said our love was carved in stone, but now I face the night alone. If you meant forever, why does it feel like never? I wore your words like second skin, believed in us, believed you in. And now your echo fades away like dusk at the end of day. And maybe hearts just change with time, but mine still beats like it was mine. If you meant forever, why did you leave me in the dark? If we were together, why did I fall apart? You swore that we could rise above, but I was the only one in love. If you meant forever, why does it feel like never? Forever should have held me tight, now vanished in the morning light. You took the vows, you said the lies, but left me chasing broken signs. If you meant forever, why am I walking all alone? If we were together, why does it cut me to the bone? I gave you all, you gave me doubt. Now I'm the one who's finding out that you forever was just a word, a promise I no longer heard. If you meant forever, why does it feel like never? You meant forever, why does it feel like never? You said forever, so I believed. Built castles out of words we weaved. Now I sit where shadows fall, making cranes that won't fly at all. Every fold a silent prayer, wishing you were still right there. Paper cranes and promises, Scattered dreams and tear-stained wrist. I held on too long to yesterday. While your love slowly slipped away. All these fragile little things, wings of hope and wedding rings. You left a storm I can't dismiss, just paper cranes and promises. I traced your name 1,000 times, in every line 1,000 lies. Still I whisper in the dark, as if you hear a broken heart. I keep folding just to cope, threading pain into hope. Paper cranes and promises, memories sealed with trembling fists. The echoes of the words we swore now haunt this quiet room once more. Love was light, now it's mist, gone like dreams that don't exist. You left me with emptiness, and paper cranes and promises. They say let go, but how do I, when every fold still makes me cry? Paper cranes and promises, you stain love on fingertips. If you come back through that door, would we be what we were before? Or would we break like this? Just paper cranes and promises. Just paper cranes and all your promises. In everything and all your eyes, we're feeling in love with this. Still I whisper in the dark, as if you hear a broken heart. Or would we wake like this? Just paper cranes and promises. Just paper cranes and all your promises. My heart in pieces, you took them like they were whole. Every smile you gave felt easy, but now the silence takes its toll. I replay the words you never said like echoes in an empty hall. You reached for me in shadows, but never caught me when I fall. It's not the way you left me, it's the way you let me fall. Like love was just a whisper that never meant it all. You held me with your absence, you kissed me with the wall. It's not that you were leaving, but the way you let me fall. I painted us in colors you never learned to see. You danced around the truth, but never danced with me. You lit a spark inside my chest and watched it burn alone. I searched for you in mornings that turned my heart to stone. It's not the way you ended it, it's how you watched me break. Love me like a story that wasn't yours to take. You vanished in the quiet before I risked it all. It wasn't just the silence, but the way you let me fall. You could have said it hurt, But some hearts just get colder when they're too afraid to stay. It's not the way you laugh to me, it's the way you let me go. Without a single warning, without a chance to know. I gave you every heartbeat, you never heard them call. Now all that I remember is the way you let me fall. The way you let me fall. I held my breath beneath the thunder, wishing you'd come back inside. But silence filled the space between us, and all I had were tears to hide. You said love was never easy, but you never said goodbye. Now I'm talking to the shadows and asking them why. When the rain held me, I knew what you forgot, the way my heart was breaking in every lonely thought. I cried into the silence you left inside of me, and found some kind of healing in the storm's gentle plea. I tried to write a final letter, but the words just wouldn't stay. Your ghost still lives in corners of the things I meant to say. You moved on like morning light, but I stayed in the night. Now the rain's my only witness to all I had to fight. When the rain held me, it listened without blame. It didn't try to fix me, just stayed and said my name. I whispered through the silence where you would never see that I'm stronger than I ever thought I'd be. The sky may cry with me tonight, but I no longer need your light. I found my truth in broken skies and learned to love my own goodbye. When the rain held me, it taught me how to fall and rise again, no shatter, with nothing left at all. I walked out from the silence, tears washed out to sea, and now I stand in thunder, finally free. When the rain held me, you let me be me. You be me. You showed up like a sunrise, lit my world in golden flame, said forever in a whisper, and then vanished just the same. I kept the words you never said in the quiet of my chest, but your silence told the story you never did confess. You loved me like a promise that never meant to stay. You held me like tomorrow, but take it all away. Now I'm standing in the ruins of the things we didn't say. You remembered how to leave, but you forgot to stay. I still wear your last goodbye like a ribbon in my mind. Tried to chase your fading footprints, but they were never mine. You said the stars would guide us home, but you walked the other way. Now the night just echoes softly what you chose not to say. You love me like a fire that burned too bright to last. You kissed me like redemption, then vanished with the past. Now I'm lost among the ashes of the love we threw away. You remembered how to leave, but you forgot to stay. Maybe I was just a chapter and you needed the end, but I gave you all the pages that I never learned to mend. You loved me like a heartbeat you never meant to keep. You haunted all my dreams, but never heard me weep. And I'll whisper to the ocean till it takes my pain away. You remembered how to leave, but you forgot to stay. You forgot to stay, but I remember everything. You smiled like it meant something real, but I could tell by how you feel. You said we're fine, like it's a script, but your love's already slipped. I waited in the quiet nights for words that never came, and every touch just felt polite, no passion in your name. You said everything was fine, but you weren't. I stayed trying to fix what you wouldn't. I believed the lines you drew, but I was loving more than you. You said everything was fine, but you weren't. I held on while your heart let go, pretending not to know. You made me feel like I was wrong for holding on too long. You whispered with a hollow sound, like echoes in a hall. You kissed me but were breaking down. You built an unseen wall. You said everything was fine, but you weren't. I stayed trying to fix what you wouldn't. I believed the lines you drew, but I was loving more than you. You said everything was fine, but you weren't. And now I know pretending love is lonelier than letting go. The silent screams so loud at night, your heart left long ago. You said everything was fine, but you lied, and I kept dancing in your quiet goodbye. Now I'm done being blind, I deserve someone who tries. You said everything was fine, but I cried. And I won't fix the cracks you made, I'll find peace in my own way. Goodbye to all your quiet lies. This time I'll be fine. I still sleep on my side of the bed. Though you're gone, your voice stays in my head. You said forever with a quiet tone, then vanished like a ghost I'd never known. Every mirror shows your smile, though it's been a painful while. I reach for you in midnight's glow, but you're just someone I used to know. You left with your echo, still ringing soft and low. A whisper in the wind I chase, a touch I'll never face. I gave you all I could echo. I wear your sweater in the rain, pretending warmth can mask the pain. You promised skies, you gave me night. You were my wrong that once felt right. Now the clock ticks loud and slow, in the silence we used to go. I walk the rooms like they still speak, but your goodbye was far too bleak. You left with your echo, still ringing soft and low. A whisper in the wind I chase, a touch I'll never face. I gave you all I could show. Now I'm left with your echo. I wear your sweater in the rain, pretending warmth can mask the pain. You were the song I couldn't write, the fire that burned without the light. You left but parts of you remain in every soft September rain. You left with your echo, still ringing soft and low. A whisper in the wind I chase, a touch I'll never face. I gave you all I could show. Now I'm left with your echo. Maybe I'll forget your name, but the echo, it still sounds the same. Maybe I'll forget your name, but the echo, it still sounds the same. You said love fades, you said it's gone, but mine stayed long after you moved on. I kept your sweater, I wore your name, even when the silence grew like shame. You let go so easily, like we were just a memory. But every night I held on tight to pieces of you, a ghost in the light. I loved you longer than I ever said, held on in silence alone in my bed. You walked away while I stayed behind, still chasing dreams we left undefined. I loved you longer, longer than you'll ever know. I still recall your coffee smile, your voice like rain that stayed a while. But now it echoes soft and far, a wish on a faded shooting star. You made it look so effortless, while I'm still drowning in the mess of every song and every street that still remembers where we used to meet. I loved you longer than I ever said, held on in silence alone in my bed. You walked away while I stayed behind, still chasing dreams we left undefined. I loved you longer, longer than you'll ever know. And maybe someday you'll look back and see the one who loved you endlessly. But by then, I'll be long gone, a name in a song, a whisper at dawn. I loved you deeper than you ever guessed. Through all the heartbreak, I gave my best. You found your freedom, I found my pain, but I'd do it all over again. I loved you longer, longer than you'll ever know. Long after your goodbye, I loved you longer. You said I'll call when I know what to say, but the phone stayed quiet every day. I waited with the hope too loud, in a world where you don't come around. I read our texts like holy lines, trying to find a reason why. But silence screamed, wish you couldn't speak, and it tore the ground beneath my feet. When the silence answered you, I knew it answered me too. No more lies, no soft pretend, just the quiet truth in the end. You didn't say goodbye aloud, but your silence was too proud. So now I know it's true. You were gone when the silence answered you. I replayed your voice till the tape wore thin, hoping to feel you breathe again. But echoes don't replace the real, and ghosts don't care how I feel. The stars don't blink when hearts break slow, and time won't ask which way you'll go. But I still beg the midnight blue to give me one last piece of you. When the silence answered you, I knew it answered me too. No more lies, no soft pretend, just the quiet truth in the end. You didn't say goodbye aloud, but your silence was too proud. So now I know it's true. You were gone when the silence answered you. Maybe I deserve the final word, or maybe pain is what I earned. But it's the quiet that cuts deep, the things you never said to me. When the silence answered you, I finally heard the truth. It wasn't love, it wasn't fate, it was just too late. And I stood in that goodbye, now with tears but with dry eyes. You didn't have to choose, silence already spoke for you. So I'll whisper to the waves tonight, let them carry what we couldn't write. You disappeared without a clue, and I stayed when the silence answered you. You always loved with careful hands, afraid to feel, afraid to stand. I gave you truth, you gave me doubt, and every whisper turned to shouts. I stayed through storms you wouldn't name, hoping love would light the flame. Why do you love me when I leave? When the silence is all I receive, you let me go to feel the pain, then beg for me in falling rain. Why do your tears fall when I'm gone? When I was breaking all along, you only see me when I grieve. Why do you love me when I leave? You spoke in promises too thin, each one a place I'd never been. I begged for something more than maybe, but maybe's where you always stay. I built a home you wouldn't keep, you shut the doors and watched me sleep. Why do you love me when I leave? When silence is all I receive, you let me go to feel the pain, then beg for me in falling rain. Why do your tears fall when I'm gone? When I was breaking all along, you only see me when I grieve. Why do you love me when I leave? Ooh. one who runs and hides from light. But now I see the love I gave was more than you could ever break. Now you love me as I fade, as shadows steal the past we made. I walked away to find my voice, and in that silence made my choice. So keep your sorry in the breeze. I'm done with loving on my knees. You only miss me when I bleed. Why did you love me when I leave? I'm not your echo anymore. This time I'm closing all my doors. She wore her silence like a crown, a quiet queen in a broken town. I loved her more than words could frame, but now I flinch at just her name. She said forever in a breath, then left me drowning in what's left. Now I'm chasing echoes of her name in every mirror, every flame. Her ghost still dances in my mind. A love I lost, a heart confined. She's gone but I remain, with only echoes of her name. We carved our dreams in warning light, but shadows came and stole the night. She faded like a whispered lie, and I forgot how not to cry. I reach for memories that fade, just empty nights and promises made. Now I'm chasing echoes of her name in every mirror, every flame. Her ghost still dances in my mind. A love I lost, a heart confined. She's gone but I remain, with only echoes of her name. We carved our dreams in morning light, but shadows came and stole the night. She faded like a whispered lie, and I forgot how not to cry. I reach for memories that fade, just empty nights and promises made. Yeah. Now I'm chasing echoes of her name in every mirror, every flame. Her ghost still dances in my mind. A love I lost, a heart confined. She's gone but I remain, forever haunted by her name. I scream in silence, loud and clear, but she's too far to ever hear. The stars we wished on burn and fall. Still I wait, still I call. She's gone but I remain, forever haunted by her name. And if love's a curse I can't reclaim, I'll live with echoes of her name. You used to speak in quiet storms. Now silence is your only form. I trace the shape of what we were, but time has blurred each whispered word. I called your name into the night, but it got lost without a fight. Now I'm fading in your silence, like echoes in a room too wide. You built a wall of quiet violence and left no space for me to hide. I reach for you with trembling light, but I'm fading, fading out of sight. You look right through like I'm not there, a ghost inside your vacant stare. I begged with tears you didn't see, still hoping you'd remember me. I stood so loud in all my pain, but you just watched it fall like rain. Now I'm fading in your silence, like echoes in a room too wide. You built a wall of quiet violence and left no space for me to hide. I reach for you with trembling light, but I'm fading, fading out of sight. If goodbye had a sound, it would be your quiet now. No slamming doors, no final word, just nothing where we used to burn. Still fading in your silence, like pages turning in the dark. You left me in this quiet island where love forgets how it should spark. And though I scream with all my might, I'm fading, fading out of sight. Faded in your silence. She loved like a passing song, beautiful but never long. I held her heart with both my hands, but love slips like ocean sand. She said she'd never walk away, but some promises decay. She forgot to stay, left in the middle of a Monday rain. All the words we said now washed away like footprints no one saved. I begged her eyes to turn around, but silence was the only sound. She forgot to stay, and I forgot how not to break. She smiled like she meant forever, but forever turned into never. I still wear her on my skin, like a scar carved deep within. I whisper please in every breath, but love can vanish like a death. She forgot to stay, left in the middle of a Monday rain. All the words we said now washed away like footprints no one said. I begged her eyes to turn around, but silence was the only sound. She forgot to stay, and I forgot how not to break. Maybe she had reasons I can't know. Maybe love just learned to let me go. I search for her in dreams that fade, but every dawn rewrites her name. She forgot to stay, took all the light and none of the blame. Now I hold a house of empty space where her voice once filled the frame. And though I cried for her to stay, she disappeared to make to run away, and some are left to learn that pain is love that couldn't stay. You said I lit the sky for you, a wildflower in the morning dew. But seasons changed and so did we. You found the sun, but not with me. I watched you bloom in someone's light, while I fell quiet in the night. Now I'm standing where I used to bloom, in empty fields and faded rooms. You walked away but left the rain, and all my colors turned to pain. The garden died but no one knew I was still rooted there for you. I saved your letters, every word, but now they sound like songs unheard. I gave you love like soft perfume. You left me wilting in this gloom. You grew so fast, so far, so free, but left your shadows here with me. Now I'm standing where I used to bloom, in empty fields and faded rooms. You walked away but left the rain, and all my colors turned to pain. The garden died but no one knew I was still rooted there for you. I won't pretend I didn't break, or hide the ache I couldn't fake, but someday soon I'll find new ground where love won't pull me down. Now I'm standing where I used to bloom. I'll rise again, not that, just resume. You were the storm, I was the sea, but now I grow for only me. And when they ask about the wound, I'll say that's where I learned to bloom. Yes, that's where I learned to bloom. Coffee's cold, the sky is gray. Another word you didn't say. I replay our final scene, like a movie stuck between. I reach for you in empty air, still hoping you might care. If you still remember me in the quiet of your dreams, do my tears still stain your mind, like your name burns into mine? I'm still here when we began, holding on with trembling hands. If you still remember me, then maybe I'm not lost completely. Your old sweater folded neat still lives where we used to meet. The radio hums our song like it's been missing you all along. I whisper loud into the night, as if your soul could hear me right. If you still remember me in the quiet of your dreams, do my tears still stain your mind, like your name burns into mine? I'm still here where we began, holding on with trembling hands. If you still remember me, then maybe I'm not lost completely. I don't need a grand return, just to know you sometimes yearn for the girl who gave you all and still waits out stars refuse to gleam, when your heart feels unexplained, could it be my voice remains? I'm the echo in the rain, the goodbye that feels like pain. If you still remember me, then your love is never empty. So I'll wait silently, in case you still remember me. If you still remember me, when the stars refuse to gleam, when your heart feels unexplained, could it be my voice remains? I'm the echo in the rain, the goodbye that feels like pain. If you still remember me, maybe love is never empty. So I'll wait silently, in case you still remember me. I watched you walk into the night, with no goodbye, no final fight. Your silence cut just like a blade, and left me in the mess we made. You said love's a flame that never dies, but you blew it out without a sign. Now I'm standing in the rain, calling out your name. You're the ghost that I can't touch, but feeling everything too much. And though I try to move ahead, you still linger in my mind, like the light you left behind. I found your shirt behind the door, still smells like you and nothing more. I pressed it close against my skin, pretending you were here again. They say time can heal the pain, but I relive it every day. Now I'm standing in the rain, calling out your name. You're the ghost that I can't touch, but feeling everything too much. And though I try to move ahead, you still linger in my mind, like the light you left behind. I never got the reasons why, faded like the morning sky. Now I'm chasing all the sparks in a world that's lost its heart. Still I'm standing in the rain, broken but I can't complain, 'cause loving you was all I knew. Even though